Hello everyone, I'm Asha Bist. Hope you all are safe at your home. Hope you all are studying. I welcome you all today in class 8th civics, third chapter, Why Do We Need a Parliament? Dear students, before this we discussed the first chapter. In the first chapter we discussed about as Indians we pride ourselves on being a democratic country. We understood the relation between the ideas of participation in decision making and the need for all democratic governments to have the consent of their citizens. We also discussed about the best institution of our country, that is the parliament, which sets some rules and regulations for the country and makes the country functional. We discussed how people select their representatives in the government and participates in the functioning of the government. We also studied the role of parliament in making a country functional. So let's begin with the second and the final part of this chapter. Today we will discuss the functions of the parliament. The parliament in India consists of the president, the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. These three bodies, they together make the parliament. After the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared and that list shows the MPs which belong to different political parties. For a political party to form a government, they should get majority of elected MPs. Since there are 543 elected plus 2 nominated members in Lok Sabha, to have a majority, a party should have at least half the number of, like, 272 members or more than that, then only they'll be able to make the government. The opposition in parliament is formed by all the political parties. Those who don't win the election, they sit at the opposition seats and they guide and oppose certain rules and regulations made by the government, as well as they keep an eye on the functioning of the government and make them do the work which is in favor of the people. There are 543 elected plus 2 nominated members in Lok Sabha that we discussed. Then comes the Prime Minister of India is the leader of the ruling party in the Lok Sabha. The party who wins the election, who gets maximum seats, the party members themselves, among themselves, they select the leader of the party, and that leader they select as the Prime Minister of the ruling party, from the ruling party. Coalition government is formed when one political party does not get simple majority. In such a condition, a group of different political parties come together to form a government. In many cases, it had happened that a single party does not get maximum seats, and because of that, a coalition government takes place in which different political parties, they come together, they share the seats together and make a coalition government. Now we were talking about the Prime Minister, as Prime Minister of India is the leader of the ruling party in Lok Sabha. From the MPs who belong to her or his party, the Prime Minister selects ministers to work with his or her to implement decisions. From each state, they select the Prime Minister selects, or the party selects the ministers, and these ministers works at state level to make the government functional. These ministers then take charge of different areas of government functioning, like they take the areas like health, transport, education, finance and many more. Then we were talking about the coalition government. As I told you that when the one single party do not gets majority of seats, then that in that situation coalition governments are formed, in which different parties they work together and they make a government. The Rajya Sabha functions primarily the representation of the state of India in the parliament. Now, Rajya Sabha, it functions. Rajya Sabha can also initiate legislation, and a bill is required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. Okay, before becoming a law, a bill, that law must be passed in Rajya Sabha. Okay, the laws initiated by the Lok Sabha, the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the legislative assemblies of various states. And if we take the numbers, there are 233 elected members and plus 12 nominated members are there by the president. Who nominates the 12 members? The president. This all we discuss, as members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the legislative assemblies of various states, and the Rajya Sabha has 233 elected members and plus 12 nominated members, and these 12 nominated members are nominated by the President of India. Control, guide and inform the government. To control, guide and inform the government. The parliament, while in session, begins with the question hour. The question hour is an important mechanism through which an MP can elect information about the working of the government. This is a very important way through which the parliament controls the executive. Executive, those who are executing the rules, laws and different bills. By asking questions, the government is alerted to its shortcomings and also comes to know the opinion of the people through their representatives in the parliament. This question is very important, as this question are ask questions to the people, those who are there in that government, and they are answerable to the people sitting in opposition. This helps in making the government functional in a proper way, so that they can keep each and every individual's interest in their mind. The government gets valuable feedback and is kept on its stores by the questions asked by the MPs. Here, asking questions of the government is a crucial task for every MP, as they have to be very particular about that. The opposition parties play a critical role in the healthy functioning of the democracy. Okay, as the actual power is in the hands of the common people. So during this question hour, the MPs, those who are in the opposition, plays a very crucial role, as they ask different questions regarding the functioning of the government to the people, those who are sitting in the government. They highlight the drawbacks, that where the government is failing, where the government is not able to provide good kind of facilities or implements the laws in a proper way. Mobilize popular support for their own policies. Now, through this program, they seek, you can say, support from other people in those who are in the opposition. The opposition party plays a crucial role in the healthy functioning of the democracy. They highlight drawbacks in various policies and programs of the government and mobilize popular support for their own policies. Okay, so what they do, they ask questions to the people sitting in the government. They make the democracy functional with their open involvement in that, as well as they attain or they get support from other people for their own policies. Who are the people in parliament? Who are the people in parliament? Before that, I will explain you the lawmaking also. Lawmaking is a significant function of the parliament, where they make different laws for the country. And about this lawmaking in detail, we will be studying in the next chapters. Now the parliament has more and more people from different backgrounds. There has been an increase in political participation from the Dalits, backward caste and the minorities. Nowadays, every individual belonging to different caste, religion as well as reason, they participate in the functioning of government. They are in the government. For example, there are more rural members as also members from many religious parties or regional parties. Groups and peoples were till now unrepresented are beginning to get elected to the parliament. There has also been an increase in political participation from the Dalit people, from the backward scheduled caste, scheduled tribe people. They also participate in the functioning of government. Now, it has been observed that representative democracy cannot produce a perfect reflection of society. There is a realization that when interest and experiences separate us, it is important to ensure that communities that have been historically marginalized are given adequate representation means the marginalized communities like the Dalits, the backward caste people, the minority group people, they should be given equal chance to participate in the political system, like in the government. Their presence should be there so that they can think of the benefit of the people, those who belong to Dalits group, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, as well as the minority groups. Then comes who are the people in parliament. Now we'll the same point we are discussing, who are the people in the parliament. Some seats are reserved in the parliament for SC, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. It has recently been suggested that there should be reservation for seats for women. This is the important thing, that this is a small share when you consider the fact that half the population are women. So women should also be getting reservation to participate in the functioning of government. Some seats should be reserved for women also, as well as there should be reserved seat for scheduled caste as well as scheduled tribe people in the parliament. It is issues of this kind that force the country to ask certain difficult and often unresolved questions about whether our democratic system is representative enough. Okay, whether it is representative enough or not. The fact that we can ask these questions and are working towards answers is a reflection of the strength and the faith that people in India have in a democratic form of government. And how we can attain the faith of people in our country? By creating actual democratic system in the government, where every individual participates in the functioning of government, guides the government, helps the government, asks questions to the government, so that the government works in favor of common people. So this is all about the chapter. Hope you got the concept. I would request you to watch both the videos together. Keep on watching the videos. I request you all to like, watch and subscribe my channel if you are liking my videos, and be with me. Join hands together so that we can build good, you can say, good learning conditions for each and everyone. Thank you and have a nice day.